Hello guys, welcome to DH Medicos. Today I will be teaching spleen. It's my first video and the first topic. So today I will be covering its introduction, location, dimensions, then position, then external features of spleen, then relations of spleen. So in this video, then the arterial supply, and then the venous drainage, and then lymphoid organ, then nerve supply, and then functions of spleen. So let's start with the introduction. Spleen is a lymphoid organ, which means it is a part of circulating system and venous system and immune system. Sorry, circulating system and immune system. So let's write circulatory system and immune system. And it is also a lymphoid organ. So my writing is not that good, please try to manage with my handwriting. Then the location, I will draw the diagram for the location. It's very important to know so that you can you can see, you can actually visualize in your body that where is the spleen. So I'm gonna draw this diagram. 9 abdominal parts, we know that. So these are here is the ribs. These are the ribs. Here is the xiphoid process of the sternum, and the spleen lies in the left hypochondrium. In the spleen, no, sorry, I'm sorry. The spleen lies in the left hypogastrium and partly in the epigastrium. So it's the epigastrium part and it's the left hypogastrium. So I will draw the spleen, how it is present. It is present like this. Yeah. Partly in the epigastrium and most of it is in the left hypogastrium. So then it is a wedge shaped, wedge or tetrahedral. It is a wedge shaped, and it is present between the stomach and diaphragm. I will show you how. So this I will be drawing its a diagram of how it is present between the stomach and diaphragm. So here it is. I'm drawing the stomach. This is the fundus part, and this is the diaphragm, and this is the splenic flexure of the large intestine. I hope you can correlate. And then the here will be present the spleen. It will be present behind the stomach, so I'm drawing with this dotted lines, and partially it is so seen in the side of the stomach, and partially it is seen at the behind of the stomach. So this is the diaphragm, and we know this is the stomach and this is the spleen. So I have drawn it wrong. They both are connected. So I will be doing like this. You can visualize this. They both are connected, and there is a special ligament which is called phrenocholic ligament. Here is a phrenocholic ligament. I will be discussing later this about this phrenocholic ligament. Then comes the dimensions. I have special shortcut for the dimension. It's odd numbers. It's written in my book as it is this shortcut: 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So this is the thickness, inches. This they are in inches. Okay, so this is the thickness, this is the broad of the broad spleen, and this is the length. So 1 inch thickness, 3 inch broad, and 5 inch thickness. Okay, no, 5 inch length, 3 inch broad. So 7 is the ounce, 7 ounce weight, which is equal to 200 grams, which is equal to 200 grams. So the size, we can say it is like the clenched fist, and the size varies, weight varies from 150 to 200 grams. Then 9 and 10th is the 9th rib and 10th rib. It lies between the 9th and 10th rib. Okay, so this was the shortcut for the dimension. So let's move ahead. Then comes the position. Position, I have one diagram for the position. We'll draw now. It lies obliquely on the long axis of 10th rib. We will draw the ribs, some of the ribs. Let's draw. So this, let's assume that this is the 10th rib, and this is the 45-degree angle with the horizontal plane. Here is the spleen present. Okay, so this is the spleen present here. It is present at the lies obliquely on the long axis of the 10th rib. It is a downwards, forward, and lateral. Downward, forward, and lateral. Its position is this. Okay, so it is making the 45-degree angle with the horizontal plane. Then comes the external features. And for the external features, I have made one code. Contact spleen, its contact number is 32221. Okay, so the contact number of spleen is 32221. So there are three borders of the spleen. We will draw one diagram so I can show it. I will draw this rough diagram. Let's see. This is a normal human being, and the spleen is present here. Okay, and this is the it has three borders. The three borders are, first is the superior border. Superior border has a notch, so this is the superior border. Okay, and this is the inferior border. This is the inferior border. It is rounded, as you can see. You can visualize in your body that how this is present, and this here is the intermediate border. Intermediate border. So you can remember intermediate border by that it is present. It is present on the. It is directed to the right. Okay. So then comes the two surfaces. Okay, the we'll draw one diagram for it. Has two surfaces. One is the diaphragmatic surface, It is towards the diaphragm, and then is the visceral surface. Okay, two surfaces. We'll draw one diagram for this. I will make the half cut spleen. From this side the spleen is cut. This is the splenic arteries. You can see this is the splenic artery, branches of splenic artery, and this is the convex surface. This convex surface is the diaphragmatic surface, and in this side there is a concave surface, and this surface is visceral surface. Visceral means internal surface. Okay. गाइस हमने क्या कहते हैं वो कर रहे थे हम 3-2-2-1 3 बॉर्डर्स हो गए हमारे, 2 सरफेसेस हो गए, अब 2 एंड्स करेंगे। इसके लिए पहले मैं आपको थोड़ा सा बताऊंगा कि डायग्राम कैसे डेमोन्स्ट्रेट करूंगा कि कैसे प्रैक्टिकली कहाँ पे पड़ा होता है स्प्लीन। ये ना ये बैक साइड बना रहा हूँ मैं, ठीक है। प्लीज़ कोरिलेट करना थोड़ा। तो हमारी लेफ्ट इधर आ जाएगी, ये 9th रिब हो गई, ये 10th रिब हो गई। आई एम सॉरी आई फॉरगॉट कि मुझे इंग्लिश में बोलना है। और ये 11th रिब, दिस इज 11th रिब, 9th 10th 11th। सो हमारा स्प्लीन ऐसे पड़ा होगा, देखो डॉटेड बनाऊंगा मैं। ठीक है, हमारा स्प्लीन ऐसे पड़ा होगा और इसके 2 एंड्स हो गए, एक होगा एंटीरियर, एक होगा पोस्टीरियर। जो एंटीरियर होगा वो पड़ा होगा लेटरल साइड, यहाँ पे पड़ा होगा एंटीरियर एंड। ये हो गया हमारा एंटीरियर एंड, और हमारा जो पोस्टीरियर एंड होगा वो होगा मीडियल साइड। सो दिस विल बी आवर पोस्टीरियर एंड। ठीक है गाइस, दिस विल बी आवर पोस्टीरियर एंड। देन सो मैं आपको एक बार डायमेंशंस बता देता हूँ कि एंटीरियर एंड और पोस्टीरियर एंड होता क्या है। एंटीरियर एंड इज एक्सपेंडेड, it is downward, forward and react mid axillary point. नहीं react नहीं, reach mid axillary point. It is downward, forward and reach mid axillary point. इसमें आपको बता दूं कि mid axillary point lateral side होता है, ऐसे होता है। जैसे ये ह्यूमन बॉडी है, ये आर्म्स सोच लो, ऐसे पड़ा होगा। मिड एक्सिलरी पॉइंट ये होता है साइड पे, लेटरल। ठीक है, सो ये इसकी प्रॉपर्टीज होगी। तो अब आ जाते हैं पोस्टीरियर एंड पे। पोस्टीरियर एंड इसका जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, एक तो ये मीडियल होगा, दिस विल बी मीडियल, देन ऑल्सो राउंडेड एंड ऑल्सो अपवर्ड, बैकवर्ड एंड मीडियली। अपवर्ड, बैकवर्ड एंड, देखो अपवर्ड, बैकवर्ड एंड मीडियली पड़ा होगा ये। अपवर्ड एंड बैकवर्ड, मीडियली हमने लिख दिया। सो ये हमारा हो गया एंटीरियर एंड, ये हो गया हमारा पोस्टीरियर एंड। दिस इज द, ये सोच लें कि मिड पॉइंट है, जो मिड एक्सिस जा रही है, इधरली साइड लेफ्ट साइड पड़ा होगा ये। और हमने बैक साइड बनाई है, ये रिब्स बना दी हमने बड़ी करके, और ये मैंने वो बना दिया, स्प्लीन बना दिया बड़ा करके। तो ये ऐसे पड़ा होगा साइड पे। एंड देन दिस विल बी द स्प्लीन एंड आफ्टर दैट 3-2-2-1। हमारा एक 2 रह गया, वो है 2 एंगल्स। एक तो होगा गाइस एंटीरोबेसल, वन विल बी द एंटीरोबेसल एंगल एंड अदर विल बी द पोस्टीरोबेसल एंगल। फर्स्ट विल टॉक अबाउट basal angle. Anterobasal angle, this is a I will tell you, anterobasal angle is important because it is called clinical angle of spleen, the junction between superior border and anterior end. It is a junction between superior border and anterior end. This is the anterior end, and this was the superior border. Yes, this was the superior border, the notch one. Okay guys, this is the superior border, anterior end, this is the angle anterobasal, and this is the clinical angle of spleen. Clinical angle of spleen, and it is between junction of superior border and anterior end. Junction of superior border and anterior end. Okay, and anterior end. Then will be the posterobasal angle. Anterobasal angle, posterobasal angle. As the name signifies, this is the posterior end, this is the anterior end, and this will be the angle between the inferior border. Here is the inferior border. It is somewhat confusing. You have to remember these three: 1, 2, and this is common between them. The anterior border and superior border one angle, and anterior end and superior border one angle, anterior end and inferior border second angle. This is called posterobasal angle. Posterobasal angle. Okay guys, this do not have any clinical importance. Then we are left with the 3-2-1. One is hilum. We know that the organ which is called hilum, it has the blood supplies, lymphatic drainage, and various vessels which are passing, branches, tributaries, and all that. So the hilum will be between the superior and intermediate border. Superior and intermediate border. Superior is this one, guys. This is the superior border, and here is the intermediate border in the middle. So the hilum will be over here. Okay guys, no, the hilum would be this side, because here is the stomach and all that. So hilum will be here, superior border and intermediate border. So here will be the hilum. So it is between the superior and intermediate border, and passed by branches and tributaries of splenic vessels. Passed by branches and tributaries of splenic vessels. Okay, so next comes the relation. We are done with the 3-2-1. Now we are going for the relations. There are two types of relations: parietal and visceral. In parietal there are 3 ligaments attached, and in visceral there are, I think, 2 or 3 I think 3 gastric 3 impressions of the spleen. And first we'll start with the peritoneal relation. Wait, let me check. I have one doubt. Wait a second. Yes, peritoneal relation and other is a visceral relation. First is a peritoneal relation and other is a visceral relation. So let's start with the peritoneal relation. Okay. So there are two or three diagrams which I will draw. And first is the gastrosplenic ligament. Gastrosplenic ligament. This will be the, as the name suggests, between the gaster means stomach and the splenic means spleen. This will be the ligament between a stomach and a spleen. So I will draw just a rough diagram. This diagram is only for the rough estimation that how this ligament is attached, and this is the gastrosplenic ligament. Okay guys, and this will be attached, this ligament, it has one theory line that this ligament is between the hilum of the spleen and the greater sac of the greater curvature of the stomach. From hilum of spleen to the greater curvature of stomach. Okay guys, so I will draw the then will be the linorenal ligament, LEI, linorenal ligament. No, wait a second, LIE, it's LIE, linorenal ligament. Linorenal ligament, as the name suggests, this is between the lino means the spleen and the renal means the kidney. So the kidney will be present somewhat here. So this will be the linorenal ligament. It has one theory, and it has one theory that here is a pancreas. The tail of pancreas is present there. Tail of pancreas and splenic vessels also. And associated pancreatico-splenic lymph nodes. Associated pancreatico-splenic lymph nodes. Okay, so and various this is the associated pancreatico-splenic lymph node and other associated lymphatic nerves. We know that associated lymphatic nerves. Okay guys, and I will draw now the official diagram of this, the greater sac, the lesser sac, all that which is present, parietal peritoneum and visceral no, not the visceral. I will show you the parietal peritoneum and greater sac, lesser sac. Let's draw it. Here is will be that. This is the spleen here. This will be the stomach, and there will be the pancreas. This will be the gastrosplenic ligament. This will be the linorenal ligament. And there will be the greater sac. This is the greater sac, this is the lesser sac, and these are the arteries of spleen which are coming to the spleen. Okay, splenic arteries, splenic artery, and the here the spleen has shown the three parts: avascular, vascular, and no, first is vascular, inferior vascular segment. Inferior is vascular, then this is the avascular, and the superior will be the again vascular. Guys, this is all about the lienorenal and gastrosplenic ligament. Then there is one more ligament I forgot to tell, now I will tell you. One more ligament, it's phrenicocholic ligament. Phrenicocholic ligament, as the name suggests, it is a phrenic means cholic means a large intestine. So here is a large intestine. Okay guys, and here is the stomach. This is a special diagram I'm making. Here is the stomach, and here is the diaphragm, stomach, and large intestine. And from here it will and here will be the spleen attached to the stomach. Here is the spleen attached to the stomach, and this will be the phrenicocholic ligament. Phrenicocholic ligament, this will start from the splenic flexure of the large intestine. It will go till the diaphragm. So this is the phrenicocholic ligament. Phrenicocholic ligament. Then comes the visceral surface. Visceral surface has three types of impressions. Wait, let me see. No. Yes. There are 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are 4 types of impression. No, 3 impression and 1 surface. First impression is the gastric impression. Visceral surface. Visceral means the inner side. We can say the inner surface. Let's go with the gastric impression. Gastric impression, superior and intermediate border. It is between the superior and intermediate border of spleen. I will show you how. Here is that large intestine. Here is the kidney. This is the kidney. Okay, and there is the pancreas. This is pancreas, this is large intestine, this is kidney. Here will be the this is the adrenal cortex, this is the adrenal gland, this is the pancreas, and this is the spleen. Gastric impression. It is the superior border. Superior border, as we know, it is present on the lateral side, and intermediate border is present on the middle side. So this is, if this is the human surface, and this is here is the spleen, here is the gastric impression. So it is present like this. Spleen is present like this, as it makes a impression with the gastric. Gastric is present like this, and spleen is present here, so it makes a gastric impression with the superior border and intermediate border, where we can say the hilum is also present there. Then the colic impression occupies the triangular area of the anterior border of the spleen. Triangular area, we know that the triangular area is also present in the spleen. It is present on anterior, and the I will show you there. Here is the triangular area. This is the colic impression. Here occupies the triangular area anterior end of spleen. We know that the anterior end is present on here side, it is rounded. Okay guys, and this will be present here, colic impression will be present here. And the one more important thing about this, that from the lower part of the this large intestine, as I have already told, that what was that, phrenicocholic ligament, phrenicocholic ligament pass phrenocholic ligament pass from here till the diaphragm. This is the impression, colic impression. We are done with the colic impression. Then comes a pancreatic impression. This is between, this is the hilum, this is the colic impression. So the pancreatic impression will be present in between the hilum and colic impression. Okay, the hilum lies on the inframedial part of gastric impression. Inframedial part of gastric impression. As I have already told you that gastric impression is present on the superior side. This is a gastric impression, and we can say the inframedial, and we can say the inframedial, inferior and medial. This is a spleen, and inframedial is this. So hilum is this gastric impression. Okay. Then after that it provides the attachment to the gastrosplenic and lienorenal ligament. We all know that this is the importance of the gastric impression, that it provides the attachment to the gastrosplenic and lienorenal ligament. Then comes the diaphragmatic surface. Diaphragmatic surface, I'll draw one diagram specially for this, because it has the clinical importance. I will tell you how. Diaphragmatic surface. I'm making the diagram here. So here comes the ribs. Here will be the 10th rib. This is the 11th. Here is the 9th. Okay, 9th, 10th, 11th rib. And this is the peritoneum. This is the peritoneum. This is the spleen. And here is the this is the large intestine, splenic flexure. Okay, this is the spleen. So if this is the costo, this point is very important. This is the costodiaphragmatic recess. If the injection is put here, then the person may die. So clinically for the it is called pleural tap. Pleural tap is done after the 10th rib, that is on the 11th rib, to extract the fluid from the spleen. But it is not done here because it can lead to the fatal damage of the patient. So this was all about the relations